మాస్టర్ పెట్టిన కోవిడ్ ఇంకేం లేదు, 1 case 2 cases only recorded. If you cover everything now, oxygen should go first inside, right? This is very important. Fresh air should go inside. If you cover masks and all, na, COVID is secondary. Ventilation system may be damaged. Okay. Yeah. Naresh Aitila fresh air on the fresh AC. Okay. So guys, now the thing is very important. Need to understand. Yeah. Cluster means what? Combination of worker node, control node and worker nodes. Control node. Let me add a EKS client mission where you are going to be interact. Okay. Okay. This server I'm using to create a cluster. Like how you are using Jenkins, how you are running Terraform, right? Terraform, to execute a Terraform server is required, right? To run a Terraform command, to create, to run a EKS commands also I need one server to interact, right? This is EKS client. Let's connect now. Done. Okay. So first you are inside of an EC2 instance only, right or not? So from here I'm going to create a cluster. From here I'm going to create a cluster. That means what? My cluster, yeah, I need a kubectl commands, ekctl command. What is ekctl? I'll tell you. So let's go to my GitHub now. So if you want to create a Kubernetes cluster, cloud managed Kubernetes cluster, you need to use a command ekctl. Okay, let's say day 1 installation. You can use this Kubernetes repository. I'll share the token, right? Okay. Installation process. So first I need to install ekctl packages. Otherwise what will happen? This is the command to create a ekctl. So I'm going to create a cluster through CLI. I will tell you why also. In real time we can create a cluster through Terraform. I will show through Terraform also. But quick operations, quick practice, go for CLI. Manual process, we need to configure so many configurations. Now if you run a CLI, cluster name will create Naresh, cluster region it will take, instance type it will take, remaining under default actions it will take. Many things will create the background. Okay. Okay. So directly if I take this command, if I run, what will happen? ekctl command not found error will get. Linux server inside. In that case, what should I do? First inside server I should install ekctl. Run. ekctl is installed. Next. Okay. Next is what? Once cluster is created, I need to be interact the cluster with which command? kubectl commands. In this case, this server inside kubectl packages also need to be installed. Okay. In this case, you can take this, or you can take official website also. Copy, paste, install. Kubernetes also. Clear? I mean Kubernetes means kubectl commands packages. Okay, I have installed what? ekctl, kubectl. Okay. Now let's create a cluster. Cluster creation command is ekctl create a cluster, give the name and select the region and select the instance type. Okay. Now if you can see, guys, the name is fine, but region, my region is only support US East 1. Let me change. Node type minimum T2 dot small is required. Okay, next point. I'm not mentioning here nodes, how many nodes. By default, if you run this command, system will take two nodes. Two nodes are the default set point. If you need a 4 hyphen hyphen node, minimum 2, minimum 4, max 4. If you mention 4 nodes will create. If I'm not specifying, 2 nodes will create. Okay, this is point number 1. Next, I'm running these commands from EC2 instance, right? So definitely I should attach IAM role, right? Let's go to IAM. So I'm creating IAM role. So I'm going to executing from EC2. So administrator access I'm giving. Okay, EC2 to admin. You can give ES full access also or administrator access also. Given, right? Now run this command. Not attached. Have attached to which role? Same instance. Sorry. Okay, no problem. For evening class, I'm preparing Jenkins. One more project. Okay. Creating cluster. So understand one thing here. The first point, when you start a create cluster, how many nodes will create? By default, if I not specify anything, see this command 2. Yes, these 2 are worker nodes or control node plus worker node or worker nodes? Only worker nodes. As I said yesterday class, Cloud Manager Kubernetes control node is not our responsibility. Clear? Okay. Same like RDS. 2 worker nodes will create. But plus control nodes will create. But not in your AWS account. And one more important thing. Okay, and one more important thing. So here, yeah, whenever you can run a cluster through CLI command, actually the background cloud formation stack will create. Cloud formation means AWS Terraform. Understand like that. Terraform is there, na? Official AWS infrastructure as a service tool also there in AWS. That is cloud formation template. So if you go to cloud formation, right click. So see, cluster stack is creating means cluster required all the stuff cloud formation will give to. This is AWS manager service, right? Cloud formation will give to customer. I have executed a command. I need a EKS. So the request will go to cloud API. So cloud will redirect into cloud formation. Cloud formation will create a cluster behalf of you. Clear now? So if you can see, if required, I will take a workshop also in the cloud formation. Very easy. Generally, who creates the cluster? We should create. We should create. Okay. So now you can see resources, the background. These many created. NAT gateway, internet gateway, security group, route table, subnets, VPC. Okay, attached VPC. You can go and check even VPC. How many VPCs are there? 2. EKS cluster create everything separately. If I'm not specifying anything, but it's not like that. We can create a specified VPC, specified subnet, specified SG, internet gateway, NAT gateway, everything by customizing. Through Terraform, I will show you how to do that. This is just we are creating only default configurations. But how VPC subnet background these many created because of CloudFormation template. Yeah. So this cluster will take 20 minutes time to create. The background, many things need to be updated, right? Okay. You can see here directly. This is the cluster VPC, right? Sorry, instance. This is the cluster VPC, right? You can even say, you can see here total subnets how many? Y4, Y2 public, internet gateway attached for public, NAT gateway attached for private. Okay. Okay. Why 2 public subnets? Huh? So in Kubernetes we have a service concept, load balancer service, okay, node port service. If you enable a load balancer service, minimum 2 public subnets required for that purpose, public subnets creating. Otherwise, how Kubernetes, if I give load type is load balancer, you are able to access the background 2 public subnets mandatory. Without 2 public subnets, if you create a Kubernetes cluster, service type is load balancer, unable to access.
ಇದು ಪೇಜ್ ಅಪ್ ಅಂತ, ಇದು ಪೇಜ್ ಡೌನ್ ಅಂತ, ಇದು ಎಂಡ್ ಅಂತ, ಹಿಂಗಂತ, ಇದು ಡಿಲೀಟ್. ಇದು ಏರೋಪ್ಲೇನ್, ಎಲ್ಲನೇ ಬಟನ್ ಬಂದು
Clear? Okay. Let's go to so still cluster is creating CloudFormation stack, the background VPC, NAT gateway, subnets and all. No need to Docker then. I'll show you that one also. Wait.
ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಬಟನ್ ಒತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಬಟನ್ ಒತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊ.
Now tell me guys, this is not a control node, right? Clear, right? This is not a control node. This is just a client node where we can interact the cluster, like to run a Terraform, to run a Jenkins, how one server is using. Yeah, instead of I can access directly from the laptop, then in that case this server is not required. If I configure the keys, I can run, if I install EKSCTL in my local laptop, I can run EKSCTL command from the local to remote, right? Connection by using access the secret key. Like Terraform I have installed in the local, configure the keys, Terraform I'm able to run or not. Same if I download EKSCTL, I'm able to run EKSCTL commands also. In that case, configure the access key secret key. You can create a cluster from the local laptop only from the VS Code. Request will go to remote, create a worker nodes. Communication from your laptop only. Not required one more server also, right or not? Yeah. GB. Understand? So Local missions. Interacting their environment by using local missions only. No EC2 instances and all. They will give access. So I can configure my their keys into my local. In that case, local I have to install the required all the prerequisites. I can interact from my local laptop only. Everything is clear. But bastion servers are there in the cloud inside. If I want to connect any RDS, if I want to connect any private server, I'll ask them to give a bastion credentials. So from my local, so node inside, whenever you can create a cluster, the background one file will update. The file is to authentication of cluster control node. Cluster permissions given to this EC2 instance. Understand? In that case, if I go to cat command, don't use VA at all. Maybe if you do some, something changes under it will be saved. So if you can see here, this is the cluster certificate is updated for your cluster certificate has updated for your user. Okay, and you can see here, yeah. So this user has updated a cluster. That means here, so where you are running this server, so I'm going to run, I'm going to run the cluster from this server only, right? So this server I have attached one IAM role, right? That IAM role permission will apply IAM role level. Now if you create a one more server, if you attach that role to other server, tell me what will happen tomorrow if you do e-case practice. Okay, until on that focus here. So now this is the dot cube. The dot cube will create a directory. Inside config file will update to authentication of cluster from this server only. Clear now? If I deleted this server, completely cluster is isolated environment. You cannot connect. So we have a concept in Kubernetes, this concept and all. Okay. So let's focus now. Okay. Some of the cases, for example, your case, you are unable to run kubectl get nodes, for example. I'm able to see two nodes information. If you are unable to see this nodes, even cluster got created, you can go first cd.cube config file created or not inside. If this config file has not created, what you need to do, simply go to here, you can run this command, kube config update command. Okay, AWS e-case update kube config which region, which cluster. If you run this command, the config file will update automatically. Clear? Clear na? Added again. So like that, if you run, config file will be updated. If you are unable to access nodes, I'm saying that. Clear? Okay. kubectl get nodes. Okay. So these are what? Only worker nodes, not a control node. Clear or not? Okay. Let's go to now. So guys, focus now. Nodes created. So guys, I'm going to discuss few commands now, node level. These nodes, kubectl get nodes command will display nodes. kubectl get nodes -o wide. It will give more information of the nodes, IPs including IPs. See now. Internal IP, external IP. We can see here internal IP, external IP. If you go to instance, refresh here. See, two nodes created right here. Two nodes created or not? These two are worker nodes. This is from where you are accessing. Okay, control node is missing there, and this is different server. Okay. So now if you open this node, I'm able to see here public IP and multiple private IPs. We'll discuss coming classes. Okay. Now I'm able to see here when I run a kubectl get nodes -o wide command, I'm able to see what this node IPs external plus internal IPs. Clear now? So -o wide command will display more information about the nodes. -o wide, it will display more information about the pods. Okay. Clear till here? Okay. So guys, first, Kubernetes, we can deploy a application in the Kubernetes in the form of image that will be create a pod, right? So everything we can write a YAML file only, create a service, create a pod, whatever Kubernetes, everything you can managing by using YAML files only. Okay. Okay. So today class, I will show you the behavior of the cluster, how it will work and all. We can focus on YAML files tomorrow completely. Okay. Tomorrow class completely for understanding of YAMLs only. Okay. So I'm going to take for example worker node components. I'm taking a pod. Copy. If you can see my pod.yaml. Okay, API version is V1. I'll tell you. Tomorrow I'll explain. Okay. So here creating is what? Kind is what? Pod. From which image it is creating? Nginx. Kubernetes source is what? Image, right? This image will give by Docker. Okay, Docker file you should create and produce an image. That image we can use in the Kubernetes YAML inside only. Now, if you can see API version is V1 kind pod something. These are the metadata information of the pod name and all. So container specification is what? Container creating a Nginx. So if I run now kubectl apply -f pod.yaml. Okay, that means you are applying a one pod inside the cluster. Which pod it is? Nginx only. How to check here? Kubectl get pods only. If you run this command, pods will create. Okay. Yeah. How many pods are running? Just one pod only. Kubectl get pods, only one pod only running here. Now if you can see same command kubectl get pods -o wide. So before command already ran -o wide for node. Now this is for pod. Yeah, now you can see. So this pod is bind on which node? We can see. See 192, 168, 62, 94, right? Let's go and check. Not this node. 192, 168, 62, 94. Let's go and check here. Actually, we have to check here. This is the one. 20, 27, 47, 4. Okay. Where exit it has there? This one. 4, right? 192.168.
ಹಾಟ್ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ ಚಾಲು ಮಾಡೋದು ನನ್ನ ಫೋನ್ ಇದು.
Sure about your pod and all. So let's say now here. Yeah. So this pod, you can see this pod has running. This is the event. You can see the event first time kubectl apply -f The request, if you run, request will go to pull the Docker image first. Activity inside Nginx YAML file is there, right? Pull the Docker image. Okay, first see default scheduler successfully assigned a node. Scheduler will assign a node, right? So default scheduler schedule a node. I mean scheduler is confirmed that this pod you can run on this node only. After that, kubelet, what kubelet will do? Pull the image first to run the container runtime, right? Pull the image and after that successfully pull the image and it will create a container and started a container. Clear? And again it will update to API. API will give inform to pod has created. Clear the process? Here scheduler job is what? Schedule the any node to create a pod. Okay? Okay. So kubectl get pods again. How many pods are running? One pod. Okay. That's perfect now. So here kubectl, if you want to delete a pod, kubectl delete a pod, give the pod name. Deleted, right? Okay. ls, your end already pod.yaml is there, right? If you delete a pod, YAML file is not deleted, okay? YAML file is a Linux behavior, you have created YAML file. Again, you can create a pod, apply -f pod.yaml. Create again pod. You can check kubectl get pods. Clear till here? Running. Again, delete method, I have given what? kubectl delete pod name. We can delete one more way also. Kubectl delete -f pod.yaml file is there, right? By using this YAML file also we can delete a resources. Kubectl delete -f pod.yaml. That means pod has created by using this YAML. Pod is going to be deleted by using this YAML. Clear? Clear now? YAML file will be there or YAML file also deleted? Huh? Sorry? YAML file deleted or not? If you run kubectl delete -f pod.yaml. Tell me. How it will be deleted? Yeah, this is Linux. Huh? This is now you are inside of the Linux server. How kubectl delete a YAML file? rm-rf na delete a file. Clear? By using this YAML you have applied. By using this YAML you are deleted. That's it. Okay. Next. So guys, kubectl get pods. No resources. Okay, pod created, pod deleted, no resources. That means you need to be understand a very important thing here. If your application is running by using kind pod YAML file, kind pod means kind pod. Is there any replicas here? No. So this is not recommended for production environment. Your application run by using pod YAML file, no high availability. Pod delete means completely deleted. Clear? Okay. Let's go for replica set. I'll explain tomorrow end-to-end YAML files. I need a 1 hour time to explain this. So we have only 30 minutes time. That's what I'm just explaining the behavior now. So I'm taking a replica sets. Okay. Replica set means we have a 3 replicas. That means what? By using this image, you are creating a 3 pods. Right or not? Let's take this YAML file. Okay, I'm just giving any name you can give, no problem. Clear? So here your focus is which kind it is? Replica set kind. What is replica set at this time? If you ask me this, replica set allows the replicas. Pod will create only single pod. Replica will create a multiple pods. Depends on the replica count. Okay? Okay. kubectl, same command again, apply -f replica.ml. Now how many pods created? 3 pods. Let's say kubectl get pods. 3 pods are running already, means your application is running. Container also running, right? How container is running? Container inside one process should run, right? Nginx process is running. Understand? Yeah. Kubectl. Now delete a pod. If I delete a pod by using -f now, -f file, all 3 pods will be deleted. If you want to delete a specific pod, mention the kubectl delete pod, which pod you want to delete. Okay. Now if you can check again, how many pods are there? Tell me which component works here now, based on the yesterday experience. Controller. When any pod deleted, immediately what will happen? Kubelet will inform to API. API will inform to controller. Pod has deleted. Immediately controller check with etcd. Give the configuration. What you have. My configuration point of view, my end 3 replica should be there. But desired state is 2 only. Sorry, current state 2 only. To maintain the desired state and current state, controller will give a self-healing concept. Automatically create a pod. Okay. Now you can check here. Kubectl. No, that's what I'm saying. Kubectl get pods -o wide. So guys, if I run this, my pod will run on any node, right? Scheduler by default behavior is what? Pod can schedule on any node based on the resources. Now definitely 3 pods, definitely 2 are in one node, 1 is one node. Scheduler behavior. Not 3 pods on same node, right? We have one more node, definitely 1 is in one node, 1 is in one node. 3 is there, right? That's what 2 is in one node, 1 is in one node. It's not like 1.5 in one node, 1.5 in one node, okay? Yeah. It's a balancing. Now, for example, this pod is running this node, right? Okay, let's delete. Kubectl delete pod. If I delete this, again new pod will create, right? New pod can create on any node, not only same node, right? Seven seconds ago, new pod has created on the same node. But there is no rule to create on same node. Default behavior, scheduler. Okay, now kubectl get rs replica set. Okay, this command will show your replica set. Replica set, how many replicas given? You can see now. Okay, desired what? 3. Current is 3. Ready also 3. If you delete one thing, immediately request will go to controller. Maintain the desired state. Current state same. So again 3 will come. Same like a state file concept, Terraform. Okay, now kubectl get pods. 3 pods are running, right? Focus, very important now. What I'm going to say. Vi replica.ml. So guys, my end, which image is there? Nginx. HTTPD. IFNF replica.aml. Now tell me expected output. 3 will delete, 3 will create, or 6 will be there, or still Nginx is there. Huh? 3 will delete, 3 will create. Clear? kubectl get pods -o wide. What you understood? Any pods created? Any pods created? Still these are old pods. This is main disadvantage of replica set. Replica set not allow for rolling updates. That means if you change image, for example, my end one image is there now, Flipkart image, background blue color is there. Now developers change, offers are there, changed to pink color, code changed, code push, Docker file build, Docker image created, ECR image push the image. Now image is updated into your YAML file. Unfortunately, replica set not allow. Still it is redirecting to old pods only. What is the use here? That's what. This is also not recommended. Clear now? First pod.aml is not recommended. It's not giving a replicas. Next replica set is giving a replicas. Self-healing also good, but updations not possible. If you change any update, still it will take care of the old updates only. In this case, what should I do now? Very good. kubectl delete -f replica.aml file first. Now kubectl get pods. See, all pods deleted. I have deleted -f replica.aml. If you delete pod, again pod create. But if I see auto scaling group, instance delete means again instance create or not. If I want to delete everything, auto scaling group you should delete. Right or not? Here also replica set you should delete, or YAML file you should delete. Which YAML file you use to create a pod, delete that YAML file. Otherwise kubectl get rs. So rs will come now. Then kubectl delete rs, give rs name. Understand? Delete replica set by giving a kubectl delete rs name, replica set name, or delete by using -f replica.aml file. -f is common everywhere. You can delete deployment, you can delete a pod, you can delete a service. Okay, let's go to deployment. Once again, I'm saying that tomorrow I'll explain the YAML file. Deployment.aml. Copy. So this time, okay, I'm taking Nginx again. So kubectl apply -f deploy.aml. How many pods created as per the replicas? So here also 3 replicas are there. See pod creating one pod, you can give so maybe created. Okay, so 3 pods are running. Which Nginx? How to check? Kubectl describe, check any one of the pod. All pods created from the same YAML file, right? So all insert same YAML, same image only there. Scheduler schedule the node. See kubelet pull which image? Nginx 1.14.2. Clear now? Which image we have to check? Okay, done. Now kubectl get pods. So kubectl delete pod, give the pod name. Again pod will create or not? Definitely yes. 4 seconds ago. Clear? Okay, replica high availability is there, validation done, self healing is done. What pod we have some issues, right? Pod level we don't have any replicas. Next testing is what? Rolling updates. Let's go to AML. So this is Nginx, right? I'm going to change HTTPD. Name you can keep Nginx also. Name is just name only, right? Otherwise you can give. Okay. Again, kubectl apply -f deploy.yaml. Okay. So replica set, what happened exactly in the replica set? Old pods only running, new request it is not taking, new updates not taking in the replica set. This is very clear, proved also. What about here? Changed. So image updations allow, that means rollback, rolling updates allow. If next image will come, new image will come, developer develop the new image, new code, new image, updations, yes. Old is not required, right? Delete and create. So let's go and check now. kubectl describe pod copy. You can check, paste. So now you can see which pod it has, HTTPD. Clear na? So perfect. Deployment is the correct AML file for our deployment now. That's what real time we are using, deployment.aml only, not pod.aml, replica set.aml. Clear everyone? Okay, so let me show you how to delete a cluster. Simple command ekctl delete cluster -name Naresh -region US East 1. This is delete command. Node group is responsibility for nodes. Any role required, anything is required, node group will take care. Okay, any questions? Right? Why no? Oh my god, let me show you. If no means you may create a cluster unnecessarily to test this. Let me show you clear code. Playground. Take Kubernetes playground. Take 2 nodes. Authenticate GitHub. Almost 60% we can practice and clear code. Unnecessarily don't create a cluster for this practice. For you, just understand purpose, I have created a cluster. Ready? My request will go to directly where? You tell me, I'm inside of control node directly. Understand? Yeah. Okay. So VA pod.ml. kubectl apply -f. Yeah. Okay. So one pod created, right? Kubectl. Same practice I'm doing quickly. Kubectl get pod, container is creating, running. If you delete kubectl, delete by using -f or delete pod my app. Deleted. Now you can check kubectl get pods. No resource. Create replica. I'll explain ML files tomorrow, guys. Don't confuse. I'm here now. kubectl apply -f. Replica.ml. How many pods will create? Three pods. Last pod is creating still. Running. kubectl delete pod. This is practice environment. They are already created and giving to you. Created, right? 3 seconds ago. So if you do and update, so updates. Now you can still old parts only. Clear? So updates not allow replica set. How to delete kubectl -f file name? You can delete, all pods will delete, or kubectl get rs. Second process I'm showing. kubectl delete rs, give the rs name. Web deleted. So va deploy.ml. Copy. kubectl apply -f deploy.ml. So kubectl get pods. 3 pods has created. Now tell me, if I check kubectl get rs, rs also there or not? rs also there. I mean deployment will give updates, image updates. This layer will help to give image updates. kubectl get deploy. If you want to get a deployment, same, right? Kubectl get rs, kubectl get deploy. Deploy will get a deploy desired state and current state. Clear? So how to delete? kubectl delete -f deployment.ml. kubectl delete deploy name. Same commands. Write in your notebook. Understanding well. kubectl delete deploy. Deploy is what? No need to give enter deployment. Just a deploy. Replica set rs, how we are giving? Same. Done. Clear? So you can practice here also. Clear everyone? So this is the things. This is the Kubernetes pods and replica deployment behavior. Tomorrow I will focus on the AML files. service also. I'll explain tomorrow service also.
ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಅದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ
So I'll start from tomorrow exact time 10:30, 10:35. In between I'll start the session. So we need to discuss many things. Saturday, Sundays also. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye.